One evening, a young woman was preparing a spicy lobster dinner in her kitchen. As she poured the live lobsters into a basin, she suddenly noticed one tiny lobster slipping toward the edge, almost falling into the pot of hot oil below. Before it could fall, the other lobsters instinctively grabbed onto it, holding it back just long enough to keep it from dropping. The touching moment surprised her, but she continued cooking, pouring the lobsters into the pot, and something unexpected happened. One lobster fought its way back to the surface, climbed the side of the pot, and gripped the rim tightly with its claws. No matter what happened, it refused to let go. The little creature repeatedly lowered its body, almost as if it were bowing, begging for another chance to live. Its desperate struggle deeply moved the young woman. She gently lifted the lobster out of the pot. As she looked more closely, her heart suddenly sank. The lobster was carrying hundreds of tiny eggs beneath its tail. It was about to become a mother. In that moment, she realized the lobster hadn't been fighting only for itself. It had been fighting to protect its unborn babies. Unable to continue, she carefully carried the mother lobster to a quiet river and released her back into the water. The lobster disappeared beneath the surface, and life moved on. 6 months later, the young woman returned to the same riverside. As she stood quietly by the water, one lobster suddenly climbed onto a nearby rock, waving its claws excitedly toward her. Looking carefully, she realized it looked exactly like the mother lobster she had once saved. Then she noticed something even more amazing. Dozens of young lobsters slowly appeared behind her, gathering together in the shallow water. It was as if the mother had brought her children to meet the person who had given them a chance to live. The young woman stood there in silence, deeply touched by the unforgettable reunion. Just before she left, one of the lobsters suddenly shed its old shell, revealing a brand new one beneath. An old village saying goes, seeing a lobster molt is a symbol of new beginnings, growth, and great prosperity. Whether the legend is true or not, I'd love to pass that blessing on to you. May your worries fall away like an old shell. May your future be filled with success, and may happiness and good fortune always find their way to you.